do. Nope. Okay, I'm the only person watching. I think. Alrighty, get started. Call this guy. I should probably turn the music down a little bit, or maybe my voice just a hair. I want that pretty quiet. Jeez, that's the wrong folder. Up in 20. Frame reference, I guess? It's just not really a new component. Should just make sure that I didn't give us up. Okay. Looks like I didn't put anything in the wrong folder. I'm gonna call this guy CX bracket left. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. But it's not really the Z. About the x-axis left bracket. Probably the other one on the x-axis right bracket. It's like variable naming. Which do I possibly choose? Let's just call it x-axis bracket left, and I'll make another one that's x-axis bracket right. Oops. So it's bracket right. That gets in the way. That's frustrating. Oh, and it blocks input too. Super good. What's this? Okay, on the left bracket, so we'll start with this guy then. So that was just an isolation for the thumbnail. And it's gonna take a moment to re-render 700 bodies. This model, so bad. Oops. It's gonna rehide everything. Okay. Now I'm gonna make kind of a wild assumption here that actually, oh, none of those are right either. Okay. So these are, that's minimum. I want center distance. Center distance, they are 60.6 mils apart. And that is 0.1. Wow, really? That's weird. I'm gonna end up like placing something wrong because these brackets are different. Just know it. Okay, so it's 0.1 past 30.3, so it's 30.4 off center. Or, you know what? I should just make this shape first. Verify these are 12 millimeters. 6.76 millimeters. That's garbage. What? What the hell? You hope to get good models, and then you are almost never rewarded. Okay, so we're going to switch back to the left bracket and actually draw something up now. Do I want to include these holes? I think I'll include the big one, but the rest of them I won't. I'm just going to kind of guess at the rest of these. Is that what that shape is like? Nope, not really. It's got, it comes out and then up and out. I want that to be parallel. Let's bring it over here. That's not going to come out tangent, but that's fine. I think I need the arc tool here. Well, see, this is what happens when you're not careful. Is that little extra little bit hanging in there? Actually, I'll do it and I can show you. So this, when I trimmed these two off, this guy right in here, because he was above this intersection point, got left behind. So if I had been careful and made that, let's see, Alt-A, I think? Yeah, Alt. Some of my keys are getting a little sticky. I need to figure out why that is. I think the plugin I got just isn't working nice. But anyway, if you make those two tangent first and then trim it, then you get a nice clean edge. You don't have to worry about extra weird things. Oh, cool. I'm still the only person. I'm still talking to myself. Okay. I think... Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to put fillets in all these. Boink. 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 Cool. I'm pretty sure I want none of these to be equal. At least not yet. Not until I figure out what radius they're supposed to be. So we'll come back here and do that. That is 12, 10, 10, 11.5. My god, people. Or no, that's 10. This one's 11.5. So these two are 10. That guy's 12, 10, 10. Okay, so these four are the same. And that's different on different sides. How far away is that from... Oh my god. What the hell? You just... Design your parts with round numbers, people. Don't design your parts with not round numbers. That's a horrible, evil thing to do. Okay, but it is 12 on the bottom. So I gotta go back and I gotta split entities. And I don't want those to be co-radial. I do, however, want them to be tangent. Tangent. So let's see, I think these four are all equal. The question is, do I really want to make an exact copy of this part? And the answer is yes, because I'm a masochist. Because how else will I know that my part exactly matches what I want it to be? Now, it looks like that's horizontal, but oh my god, it isn't. Who designed this? What the fuck? Okay, that's 9 millimeters. What's the arc length? Give me the arc length, please. Measure. Angle, 70.5. Oh, God. Okay. This makes me want to bomb a little, but I'm just going to kind of let those exterior shapes be a little fugly. That's fine. Because I don't really have another option. Okay, so this edge over here makes me want to bomb it. It's 22.26. There's no reason for that. There's no... You cannot possibly ever have a valid reason for designing a part like that. Oh my god. Okay, 23 diam. 23. Boink. Maybe it's not great to have that as the part origin, but on the other hand, I don't really care, so it's fine as it is, I think. Who's messaging me? Who would do that? Oh, it's me informing myself that I'm live. I remembered to set the notification and then forgot about it. Okay, so these guys, I know these have to be tangent because that would be insane otherwise. 17.65 If it's not also 17.65, I'm gonna, oh my god, it's not. This is so bad. This is a comically terrible assembly. But I have to do it faithfully. I guess because I hate myself or something. 15.92 and 17.65. 15.92, 17.65. This is just really rubbish. I can pop that one out from over there and put it down here. Make it a little less ugly. For all good that'll do. Okay, how about here? 125.34. Fuck me running. Is there at least like a sane distance here? 37.76? No. That's what it's gonna be though. It's 37.76. Oh, it's so ugly. There's like no way to, because there's no like useful round numbers, so you couldn't possibly evaluate the design intent because it's just random garbage. Gotta get myself hired by Creality and make all their CADs suck less. Maybe they have something that's just randomly shifting faces around. That wouldn't surprise me at all, really. Hang on, are these all the same height? I get the weirdest feeling that they're not. No, okay, they are the same height. Whoops. These are a different height, though, by some infinitesimal value. Oh, are these concentric? That would be nice. Oh my god. They're off by a tenth of a millimeter. They're off by 4,000ths of an inch. Oh my god. This is so crap. Okay. That is going to be... Those are going to be concentric on my part. Because that's dog shit. Nobody should design parts like that. Also 0.1 millimeters. Okay, those are going to be concentric on mine. I don't care. And this is going to be a full round. And it's going to be 12. And I'm deciding now that I am going to... I'm just going to ignore the rules they have set in place, because the rules are crap. And I know that I want this to be midpoint between these two, so I can do... Okay. Oh, did I forget a diameter for this one? I did. Why is this guy weird? Oh, because he's not defined yet. Okay. Okay, distance between these two, 71 millimeters. There we go. Nice round number for once. Alright, I don't understand why this is here. It looks like it's maybe important, this bottom surface right here, for impinging on the Z switch, or on the Z end stop, but that's all I can see. Oh, hang on, that is centered between those two, right? I feel like I shouldn't. 3607. 3493. Cool, it's gotta be centered in mine. Otherwise, I'm just going to go insane. And I can just fix it with bed screws, because I still have plenty of adjustment left upwards. So, I mean, that doesn't even do anything. It doesn't affect... It's bizarre. let's figure out this distance. 38 mils. Hey, that's a round number. Where did that come from? Who let you exist? 38. That's not right. Come here. Oh, hang on. I'm not square to that. Then we're going to figure out the distance to there to there, which is 60.6. Right. The number that doesn't make any sense because it's round. I feel like this is going to be center line. 35.5. Yeah, it's center line. Oh my god, that's maddening. Okay. And midpoint, Alt-H, horizontal. And now I just kind of have to wing that last dimension in there. 30.2 degrees. Who let the intern near this model and just started randomly tweaking, like twiddling the knobs? What the hell? And the other thing, these fasteners all go into the same assembly. Like, let's see, they should be, they're gonna be, what? They should be 20 mils apart. What in the hell? Other button-head cap screws. They're button-head cap screws. 26 millimeters apart. And I also just realized that I actually need, rather than having this be two horizontals, I'm gonna do this. And this gives me the ability to place points on those later for height adjustment on that. Which is good, I think. Horizontal. And I'm now realizing that with this 20 mil high bar, what if I made this 10? How much does that break? Shrinks it a little bit, but that's pretty much it. 12. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Do that dimension so I don't goof it. From this axis. 50 millimeters. It's a round number. Can you believe it? I certainly can't. And I forgot what the thickness is, and I can't change now because I'm the boss extrude property manager, which means I can go back and fix it. 3 mils, okay. Now, to prove that I'm not a heathen, it's going to be a mid-plane extrude. Okay. Oh, Wizardo. Wait. This run a 31 mil hole pattern? Is that like a round? No, that's not round in the diameter. It's not like a sane hole pattern. It's a squares. It's a squares. 3.5. So we'll do M3 clearance holes. Yep, call out will be fine. I really need to fix that. That comes up every time. I think it's because I'm using... I took some properties from my work config and put them in this one, which is educational, which is probably why it's throwing a fit. Up to next. Positions... Boink. And because I like to define, that was Alt-C to make that construction and Alt-M to midpoint it. I like having my construction lines first before I start placing points for things. And the other thing that I like to do is, if you select inside of a loop, you can select all the edges in it, and then Alt-C to make it into construction geometry. Which isn't necessary, but it's kind of nice to do make sure that it's clear that your sketches are not creating geometry, they're creating positions with points. That looks good. So now we'll go get the rest of those holes, which are 5.1, so 5.1, 5.2, okay, they must have something that's just randomly shifting numbers around, because otherwise there's no reason for these to be like this. I mean, they're dealing with tight tolerances, but they have the eccentric on the inside. That's fine. They can just do that. And now I'm worried that the bar will be the wrong length. So I cannot worry about it. It's not worth worrying about. My phone exploding? Nope, phone is not detonating. So we're going to do another hole wizard for the M5s. Up to next, M5 normal. Let's do close clearance because these are actually somewhat close clearances. Or they're supposed to be semi-close because they're holding, you know, critical fasteners. 10 mils, that's right, I tweaked that. Okay. Okay, it's 14.6 from that one. 20 from that one. So they're not centered. Oh, God. Okay. Oh. Right, okay. Wait. Because they can't supply a model correctly. And then Control F. No, Shift F? One of these fits the screen. Maybe it's just F. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We are going that's right, it's horizontally a little different. Actually, I think I can do these to the top point, and that'll be just as good. And if I force them to be tangent, they won't go anywhere. Okay, so we are 15 off 7 that way, and 10, 3 off that way. That does come out to 26. And that's from the center line between those 3 points. The center line dividing those, which is what I want. It's so garbage. And oops, I'm in the property manager, so I can't switch. But I need to know M5s. Oops. 4, 5. Okay, so these are M4s with normal fit, I'm gonna assume. Yeah, okay, this is fine. And I'm just gonna put them on center line because nobody can stop me. Okay, positions. Oh, hang on, wait. See, I want to delete that. I want to see if I can drag this whole thing around. I can. Awesome. I'm going to make this be the midpoint. And I got to redo those. That's fine. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Okay, that's unfortunate. I don't remember if it was above or below. Sue me. Don't actually. I can't afford that. 23? Then I gotta remember how far away it was. I bet this was another one that wasn't a round number or something, right? 15.4. That's not too bad. Although I'm sure it's gonna come out. Oh, no, wait. I should measure it relative to the center in between the points. Uh, 45.7. Okay, that's too close to call. Now I have to actually check it. Yes, okay, it is actually 45.7. I hate this model. 45.7. Hang on, why are those defined? I didn't give those a distance. Oh, because I did give that a distance. Just can't read my own dang model. Okay. Now I can leave the sketch and it'll rebuild itself and holes will disappear into the void. That's the issue. Select midpoint. Concentric. Nice. Exactly as it should be. As all things should be. Now we get one more hole whisper feature in here. 4 up to next. Positions. On center line. I'm going to put them on a line just for safety's sake. Because I know I want them on that line. Otherwise you get weird issues with things. You get lots of issues with things in Solidworks. Okay. Next bracket left. So, yeah, that's that one. I'm gonna exit the sketch. Probably hide it, and then I think those look like they're in line, but it looks like maybe they're also 0.1 millimeters off center. All right. God, I hate this model. It's so bad. Ugh. I cannot possibly think of a reason why you wouldn't want your numbers to be round and friendly and like easy to look at and measure. Because if you give someone a part and the intended dimension is 10.1 and they look at it and get 10 and they say you're drawing and it says 10.1, they're never going to believe you that it's supposed to be 10.1. They're going to think you goofed up and it should be 10 every time. Oh, God, it's so bad. Okay, let's I'm gonna have to design the other one to be a mirror match for this, which could be interesting. 71 mils. What? 34 point what? What? Oh no, this is the bad one. Okay, that's right. Exit isolate. Stop looking at bad hardware. Ah. Okay, let's question is, are these two solid one? Okay, no, those are one and the same. Yeah. But this one will get to be a sheet metal part. That'll be interesting. Select components. Hang on, that right there. There's something wrong with that. We'd have to come back to it later, but there's definitely something wrong with that. Okay, we're gonna start figuring out how high that surface is. 8.03, because it couldn't just be 8. They have to be fuzzing their numbers. There's no way they can't be fuzzing their numbers. It's way too bad for them to be not fuzzing their numbers. It's probably 3 mil thick again. It's 2.5 mil this time. Hang on, there might actually be different thicknesses. Let me get my calendar. The excitement of discovery. That's someone else's model, actually. I got 3.87. I'm just going to model it as 3, because I think all the critical features... I don't really care about the relationship of this to these. These can be floating in space pretty much anywhere. Because I can just design spacers in later when I want to put an E-chain on top of this. I think I'm going to draw these as mostly sharps. Now, at least that's parallel. Or coaxial? Not tangent yet. Parallel, I think, is probably the best way to put that, because it's a plane with an axis. Are these coaxial? I bet they're not. Oh my god. Oh man. That's so bad. You ever do that? Okay, 71. Let's, are they all a little distant as well? No, there's no good reason to do that. There's not a good reason. These are not tightly toleranced enough. I guarantee these are like probably 20 thou tolerance, positional tolerance in these holes. Well, maybe not that loose. Well, they could be that loose actually, because you can. You know, they tell you to jiggle the thing together when you're building it. So, are these the same angle off of the face? 128.57. I don't understand. Oh, I just realized I'm clipping a little bit. I'm gonna turn my voice down. Clip, clip, clip. Test, test. Haha! Still a little loud. You'll have to turn your volume up, but it won't look bad on my screen, which is important. Yeah, I think I've looked at that enough. Oh, this is the x-axis bracket, right? This is not the final x-axis bracket left. So we're gonna call this the ZE bracket. Z-axis E bracket left. Because I like complicated naming schemes. Okay, Control Shift S. Z-axis E bracket left. So same as before, we're going to, well, not same as before, we're going to do this better than we did it last time. The endpoint, make it midpoint. There we go. And another midpoint. Whoops. Didn't do it right. There we go. Okay, we've got a midpoint relation. We know for a fact that these are 60.6 apart, and we know that for a fact that these are 71 apart. So we can use those as references when building the rest of our geometry. But we got the little step up on the lower one, not the upper one. So we're gonna go this. I gotta come up, and I want to come around this guy. And it comes up kind of vertical there. We come up to a surface that's vertical. I don't want it to be coincident with anything. Don't want it to be parallel. Because I will just have to remove those later. Okay. Tangent. Down. Over. Oops. I hit the wrong one of the queue. So how far was this guy? 7.1 millimeters. That's so crap. Is it, that looks right. Hang on, those holes are in different locations. Are these holes in different locations? 30.7, but only uniaxially, which means they're not in different locations. But these are definitely different heights. Why are there holes there? Doesn't need to be holes there. It looks like there's only one hole on my assembly. Maybe this won't fit. That'd be really rude. Yeah, I don't think these holes actually need to be here, which is just super rude of them to do that. The holes, I mean. Whoops, I don't care about that distance, I care about this distance. 23.2. Oops. We can make these guys concentric. These are gonna get one negative. No, that's not right. That's more right, but also still wrong somehow. Don't really like that way of specifying that angle, but it can stay for now. Now these radii, 12, 11 and a half, 12. They're definitely using dimension fuzzing of some kind. There's just no other way I can think of to possibly explain why they would be doing that, or why they would make those dimensions that way. It's mean-spirited too. They really wanted to like, oh, we're open sourcing all this data. But they're not. They're fuzzing it, and they're making it not good. Super crap. Oh my god. Okay. Actually, that weird cutout doesn't need to be there, I think. Yeah, that's just a weird tongue. I'm gonna get rid of that. Doesn't need to be there. I think I centered it with this, so I know that this guy is like midpoint coincident. I can go figure out how far away these two faces are and pick a length for that. I'm gonna do all those fillets in post because otherwise they're just gonna be terrible. In post. Look at me talking like I'm some sort of person who knows how films work. hair. Don't let it get too long or it'll eat you alive. Okay. Let's see what I was gonna do. Oh, that's right. Remove that Jimbo. Boink. I'm gonna dimension this one like this. Do the same thing over here. Average watch time? None. Nice. Nobody's watching. And this face is 45.7 from the edge. This guy's gonna be 2. Veneer. Come here. This face is that's gonna be 8mm. That's what that's gonna be. He's gonna be 8mm. He's gonna like it. I think I kind of want to make those symmetrical, like across that. And it looks like they might be. Nope, they're not. They're just slightly different. They're gonna be symmetrical in this world. Look at me, I'm the captain now. Oh. Missed a tangent there on purpose, I think, earlier when I was placing that line. And this is going to be 3mm thick because there aren't any rules. And instead of doing it mid-plane this time, I'm going to go back so that the origin is on this face. Hang on. Maybe that logic should also apply to the other part. Yes. Yeah, well, not really. Yeah, I think I prefer this one. Yes. Yes, okay, I want it that way. I want it that way. Okay, let's see. These guys are probably not all the same. 2, 2, 2. Oh wait, hang on. Curvature. Cool, just don't show me the curvature then. 2, 2, 2, 2. I know they're all 2, I'm just checking. 11.5. Not 2, but it's gonna be 2. Well, actually, maybe I'll just leave that one blank and I can use that as the sort of the nice, pretty fold over edge. Oh, that one's 8mm. He's not gonna be 8mm. Boink. Went away from my context manager too soon. Start face. Boink. But oh wait, I need to remove the. I don't want to make that one edge. Then we're going to come back to the holes. I think they were M5 close clearance. I think what I want to do is I want to share this sketch to use as the reference so that I'm always going straight to those, and then I can always trim the arcs and move them later, but these components of the sketch will not move. Keeps me from doing something stupid. I didn't make that a sheet metal part. Shit. Convert to sheet metal? Sheet thickness, 3mm. Default radius for bends. That looks good. Bend edges, none yet. None yet beeswax. Use material sheet metal parameters. No, there's no material applied. That's fine. Okay. We're sheet metal now. um, what's the minimum clearance here? What clearance am I willing to give it? Oh my god, give me my stupid faces. 6 mils? These don't have to be super accurate. In fact, I don't even really need to include them, but I kind of want to, so they get to come along for the ride. Whoops. Whoops. Where's my M key? Oh, I was hitting normal too. That's what I was doing. Z. Oh, Z zooms out. Which one zooms in? Oh, I'm still in minimum distance mode. Center, center. Okay. 29.8 off to the right. Flange. Edge flange. I'm gonna go off this edge. Yep. And edit flange profile. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Gonna kind of shape this up there. We're gonna do some kind of weird stuff. Sketch is valid, that's good. I like it when it's valid. With the origin there, that's extremely rude of it to do that. If I had chat, they'd be able to tell me what dimension I was just looking at. But for now, it's going to be like 23.8 because that sounds nice. Hey, check that out. Nice ripped edge. Kinda. What I'm going to do instead is make this guy vertical and trim the edge over there. That way I get a nice clean. That's not clean, but whatever. I think I need to tweak my sheet metal parameters. This can be like a lot smaller. Maybe even 3 mils. Oh, I don't want to do custom reliefs. I want to do the reliefs in the sheet metal feature. Obround? Obround sounds fun. Yeah, Obround. Those are the pretty ones. I like those ones. I'm also going to get rid of this fillet because I think I want to save it till I'm done tweaking this guy. So now we can go back and start looking at 29.8. It is 29.8 left to right. 29.8, 32.5. 29.8, 32.5. 3.5. Extend this guy. And then I'll figure out how much space I want. Nine 9.5. 9.5. I'm gonna go with 10 because I'm a cool kid. Oh, I'm not in sketch. Offset. And offset, add dimensions. Yes. Oh, that's good. Ish. Good enough. Oops. Okay, so the other dimension that I cared about was making sure that this had at least 6 millimeters of thickness on it, which I think is going to be enough to cover the weird thread nut. That's the word I was looking for. Should be enough to cover the weird thread nut. So that is 5.15. We'll call it. Hang on, is that centerlined with this? Oh, it's a minimum distance. It is centerlined with that. That's interesting. Very interesting. Almost pretty dang interesting. Make it 11, I think, to the left of the origin. But I got a freaking dimension from up here, which is terrible. That seems pretty reasonable. And we just gotta figure out what this angle is. 117. Oh my god. 60 degrees. 60 degrees. Call it that. And then we're gonna go 17.15 from the front. So I want to go 34.3-ish. Sleepy. Yeah, and that'll give us a nice, well clearanced area right here. And it'll look pretty. Which of course is the most important feature, is making sure that it looks good. Call this 60. I don't know where to put that is the thing. Like screw it, I'll just do the whole planning feature in here. Oops. This is kind of weird. Not really how I normally do this. I mean, having big singular planning sketches is generally a good thing, because it means that all of your things are solved at once, but oh, here's how I'll do this. This is kind of hacky, but that ensures that I have clearance there, and exactly the clearance that I want. Now I can come back with a fillet feature, and I can click once, twice, nope, didn't work. Once, your other twice. Beautimous. Oh yes. Oh, I really like this song too. Good timing. Twiddle the volume knob below so you can see it. I do play copyrighted music on here because I don't ever intend to monetize this. YouTube, if you ever find this is me saying I don't ever intend to monetize this video anyway. Maybe in the future I'll have to care more about copyrighted music, but I'd prefer to have pleasant to listen to music, at least. Oh, that's 4 millimeters on the inside. What? That wasn't what I told you to do. Sheet metal feature. Bend allowance? 3 mils. So I want that bin to be pretty small. Mostly I'm worried about this distance right here. Is that going to be an issue? It is going to be, well, yeah, it's going to be an issue. Because this is going to be half an inch more, or half a millimeter more. And that distance is going to become 2.8, which is smaller. How the hell? How do they even fit that? The camera mode, so you can really see what I'm doing. I need to. I'm working on this. I'm gonna have ESP8266 control light switches, so I could just flick all my stuff on when I change the camera scene. But that's a ways off. What was I looking at? I'm looking at the snut. Oh, hey, that doesn't have any slotting in it. That's interesting. Very interesting. No slotting. What a mess. Now you can't see my room is a mess. Okay, yeah, so there's no slotting on the real part, which is a little disconcerting. Here we go. Okay, there's no slotting on the real part. These, whoops, got myself oriented here. These right here, the slot feature, they're not slotted, they're just plain holes. So, I guess they sort of accepted some flex for some reason. I can't think of any reason, unless they had shoulder bolts there, like they should. Well, should they have shoulder bolts? Sprung shoulder bolts. If they had shoulder bolts with springs, so that you were compressing the system, like you have the plate here and you have your shoulder bolt pressing down against down here your thread nut, or whatever you want to call it, lead screw nut, then you could have this system like this where it's loose, because you could clamp all the way down and then it would allow for some left, right, or back and forth slop. And that would be good, maybe. I'm not actually sure you want that degree of freedom in this system. It's a little skeevy, if I'm honest. There's no reason for that to be 8 freaking millimeters. Hang on. How thick is this part? 2.5? What the heck's going on? You guys just not know how to use the sheet metal feature? These were definitely all exported as solid parts. They had like weird solid part names after them. They have no intent in honestly helping the open source community, which isn't surprising, really. They're a company, they gotta make money. Well, my part is starting to diverge rather considerably. Whoops. I don't really care. It's fine. Oh, I know why those holes are there, though. No, I don't. That was a lie. No, yeah, wait, I do know. So you can adjust the fitment of the x-axis. That's why they're there. So I probably should add them. Or Wizardo. We're going to cut them right in here. They are close M4s. Yeah, close M4s. Connect them with the line. Give it a coincident relation. 15.7 and 0.3. Ooh, maybe I should actually respond to this message. do have to respond to this. Okay. So that's the front pattern. Let's get up here to the top. Do we hold wizard? I think I am going to add the slots anyway, just because I can. And then we're going to go on this guy. They were, I think, 3. Right. I'm gonna come up here to this plane. It's fine. I had that sketch there. I'm gonna be a little weird. I'm gonna include those slots. There's not a whole bunch of reason to. Except for the fact that it's freaking impossible to get this to line up. Okay. Equals slots. Yeah. Weird. Collinear. Nice. Nice. Still nice. So these are 1.5 millimeters of slip. These are 1.7 for some reason. Not how you design things, but okay. Oops. Now if I do equal slots, is it gonna make them? Yeah, okay, I don't want that. I want equal. That's weird. I don't like how constraints apply to slots sometimes because it makes them act kind of funky. Oh, we're at minimum. Okay, center distance 9.1, 8.9. Oh my god, why are they different? Fuck me. There's just no excuse. There's no good reason. I'm gonna make them the same size as this guy. And this is 5.15 radius, so that means it gets to be 10.3. There's no good reason for that to be like that. Whoops. Okay. Can I slide this up and down as a unit? Yep. Awesome. That means select midpoint 17.15. Now, how close are we going to get? Oh, fine. Oh, I could have made that cut much bigger. I think I will shrink this, actually. Maybe just 0.5 millimeter, because I mean, it doesn't matter. This part will never get manufactured, but I want it to look a little bit nice. Maybe 1 millimeter? Minimum distance. 1.15. That's almost a printable dimension. Almost a printable minimum feature separation, but I'm just gonna kind of roll with it up to next. Okay, I think that's all the required features for this part. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we'll switch to here. Make sure these are all saved in the right orientation. We got all the mounting holes. We don't really need those through holes. No, wait, I already added them. It doesn't matter if I think that I shouldn't have added them, because I have added them, and it's fine. Cool. Okay, let's exit isolate. Let it churn for a little bit. I'm actually curious to see. Doink. Let's see. Yeah, it does just kind of sit. It looks like it was cranking a little bit on the... Yeah, it was. There we go. That's what I was thinking it was doing. It does slow down a little bit. And just in one thread, too. Oh, that doesn't have a back piece. Because it doesn't need one. So... I think... So this piece is the same function. This piece is the same as it would be on this piece is the same as it is on the CR10S. Is one of these eccentric at least? I think that guy's the eccentric. Yeah, eccentric column. Okay. Ugh. Sleepy. I'll get water. Drink some of that. Keeps you from dying. One of my keys has gone rogue. Let's see. Something about this input overlay plugin, it tends to miss. It'll get stuck on keys sometimes. No idea why. Yeah, so based on me just kind of feeling around back there, it seems like this part when it's back here on the CR10S is identical, except this slope comes up sooner to terminate on this. I'm just feeling it right now to check and make sure I've got it right. And it comes up in a tab that comes out back this way. So you get a tab that comes up and out and back, and that's how you get your Z point. And then I can probably just, I mean, it doesn't really matter what height it's at, but I can always figure out what height that surface, or rather the underside of that surface, is from the center line of the bolt pattern, and use that as the reference. Because, well, actually what really matters is the distance from here to here, and the distance from here to here. Maybe that got adjusted a little bit by the center, but I don't think that makes a difference because there's plenty of space. And I don't have a motor here anymore, so it won't get in the way. Which is choice. Definitely preferred option. What if these spacers the same? Spacers for rollers 3. Are those different from spacers for rollers? Nope, spacers for rollers 3. Bad. Oh cool, it locked up. Good job. Good job, Solidworks. Ooh, this song. Yeah. Should make sure that I've gone and liked all of these because they're all really good. Oh, hang on, I'm all the way to the other album. I should probably keep something else up. I'm looking for music. Playlists. Here we go. Another one that will take about an hour and a half. One of my favorite bands, so that'll come up here in the next 20 minutes or so. I think I'm starting on this piece next. So, isolate. Thanks for a minute. Oh, we're still in distance. Selected items intersect. Oh, they are co-radial. That's nice. 10 mils. That's 12 millimeters for some reason. I just trimmed it short. Well, I mean, I kind of see why, because it matters to make sure that this doesn't step up behind the part, and maybe I'll tweak that later. But I can always do that with cuts. And oh no, I was just making those 10, wasn't I? All right, how's our dimensions looking? We're 60.2 on this one. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Doesn't make any sense. Does not make any sense at all. And the tolerance stack up here is bizarre too. I'm gonna bungle something. I just know it. It's only a question of time. So, x-axis bracket right. Doot. Midpoint. Construction and horizontal. Midpoint. Construction vertical. This one is also going to be 71 because I make the rules here. And this is going to be 60.6 also because I make the rules here. It's just bizarre. I almost want to make the holes that are going to be out on the ends here slotted, because that's what I would do, is I would make them slotted so that you can have some sort of adjustability in length. It's just so bad. So bad. Okay, let's hop to it. We got edge coming over here, going around the bend, coming down, and whoops. Coming around town. And then we're gonna do kind of this to a funny angle, come out. How big is that fillet? Is that big fillet enough that it's like one I should care about? Kinda, yeah. It's 10. Okay, that's super jacked up. Oh, and that needs to be off to the left too, doesn't it? Whoops. Okay. I'm gonna come over here. We're gonna put an extra line there. Lock everything else in place. Why? Why have that be... Oh my god, it's such a bizarre combination. Does not make sense to me. Trim it to 9.5 and use two 10mm fillets on either side. Fuck. And it's 12 point. Oh my god, it's so ugly. It's so dang ugly. So dang ugly. Hang on, those eccentrics are supposed to be different. This is crap. Hey, why is it only eccentric on the one side? Oh wait, wrong one. Why is it only eccentric? Are they both eccentrics? I don't believe standard. Why is it eccentric on one side? Why is it eccentric on one side? This design is garbage. Okay, I'm gonna go look at this one, which is another place I've designed the holes for the eccentrics. That's 7.4. Just to open one of these puppies up. Eccentric spacer. 7.2. If that's 7.2, and it is, I'm not going to take one out and measure it, but it is supposed to be 7.2, then that means over here, astonishingly lazy is what it is. So we're gonna make these two guys symmetrical. And we're also gonna make them all 10mm. Because we can. And there's no rules. I mean, there are rules, but I'm the one making the rules, so they're fine. Why you no merge? Merge, there we go. Okay. So now we're gonna go figure out the distance. .49. You have got to be kidding me. That could be 80mm. That could very well be 80mm. Oh, God. And I have to exit isolate to check, which means I gotta wait 10 seconds for it to draw everything again. That's probably 80mm. .71. Dystopian hellscape. Oh my god. It's so bad. Can't believe it would model apart that way. Mind boggles. Oh wait, I designed this one wrong. This one's supposed to be eccentric. Yeah, I bet if I go back and check it is, but I don't have to go back and check. I'm just going to say that it is. So we're going to come back here to before the M5 clearance hole. Exit the control sketch. Yeah. $7.4. Which puts that whole thing in a big weird flexy situation, which I'm not a fan of. Okay. What's extra dumb is that there's probably a good chance I'm the first person who's ever like looking at this model and saying, wow, that's awful. There's other people who've designed parts for this, but come on, how many of them are going to remodel from scratch just to have a good model to work from? It's really egregious. Okay. That's not 71.71. This is going to be 23 mils apart. Oh, that's not controlled for yet. I don't have the right control tab queued up. I'm all out of sorts. .14. Guess how big that's gonna be? That's gonna be 6 millimeters because I'm not a crazy person. Or maybe I am a crazy person. Ew. Stupid dumb thing for no reason. Oh. Is this? Watch this be a round number. $81.69. It's going to be 81.7 now. That dimension up there isn't critical at all, but I think I'm going to do it by angle. Oh, 45. That's not awful. Not mind-gougingly so, anyway. But I am going to do it as a 135 out here, so it's on the outside of the part. Yeah, that's not bad. That's almost it's almost drawing quality. Drawing quality. Oh, they finally detected copyrighted audio on my stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. I'm gonna check it on my phone. I wonder if it is blocked. Stream may be temporarily blocked. Well, we're back to saying excellent connection, and it's not saying that I'm gonna be blocked anymore. So I guess the music got too quiet. Maybe I just need to like play some ambient noise so the white noise and the song playing at the same time. Yeah, no, that's super consumer friendly. Okay, how thick did they make this bracket? 3 mils. Like a good episode of Project Binky. What Wizardo? It's face, M5, close, positions. Whoops. Yep, okay, good to go. Pop. Extruded cut. This face, we're gonna, whoops. .4 is suitable for the eccentric knot. Up to next. Alright, that. And then I want to say these were like 79.71 apart or something stupid. Yeah, 79.71. They're going to be 79.7 because I am not a heathen. Not today, anyway. Well, no, I am a heathen. I'm a heathen every day. Oh, this song's just super quiet. Turn it up a little bit. If they detect this as copyrighted, I will be surprised at first that they recognized it or had some way to do that. And then I will be glad because it means that somebody else is listening to Via Luna. Even if it's a robot. I will be happy about that. Let's see, these were M4s with normal. I'm just now realizing there's a chance that I made some with M4 close, which isn't strictly important at all. That's a nice detail to make sure it's consistent. Whoops. Love this band so much. Okay, M4 normal. Yeah, 4.5. Those do have to be a little loosey-goosey because you have to be able to tweak the parts to fit together and how they fit together when you're using your English words. Fitting the pieces together. Hang on, not the old pattern. It's a different feature, not one that I want to use right now. .11. X-axis bracket right. Let's go do the forgetting my English words. Check my phone and see if anyone messaged me. The answer is no, no one does. Oh, yeah, look, check that out. What's the deal with that? You guys countersink a hole for your weird nut? Do that over here too. No, they go through the... Hang on. Camera. Oh, that's wacky. They just pull straight through. They just bore straight through the part and leave a hole so that you can get to that screw to tighten it properly. Which makes sense. Okay, isolate. I think just call this the x-axis rail. That other sketch. What? Oh. Oh. I don't get it. No, I get it. Do I get it? I don't know if I get it. I don't know. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go find the x-axis. I forgot that they misspelled joint in all of these files. Here, let's all bathe in the joy of the T-jaunt plates. God. I bet it's... Oh, it's gonna be one of these. Like the 415. It's this guy. Okay, I'm gonna go put this back on my other screen, but, well, actually, here, just maximize it for a sec. This is what I'm trying to make. This guy right here. I'm gonna go replicate this. So, now, see, look at that! They dimensioned it as 79.7 from... Fucking hell. As just inexcusable, is what it is. It is a miscarriage of good modeling practice. So we're gonna go open... Hang on. I already have one of these 415 mil? Where else? What other ones? I have a 415 mil? I do! I remade the... Oh my god, I'm so good at this. I started this project months ago, and I just, like, never got around to finishing it. But this part, I preemptively planned ahead and made a 450mm. Okay, okay. Bum ba dum dum. Ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum. Turn the brightness down because that one monitor's a little bright. Okay. Actually, can I view it in DWG? Yeah, no, it won't. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Github does not have a preview feature for DWGs. Okay, so we're going to start over here. It's like they want these to be... a dumb PDF. Okay, I have to make this bigger so I can actually see what they're talking about. Okay, M4. They are going to be M4 threaded holes. And I'm going to have to tweak all of the fits because I adjusted them elsewhere. Because I'm crap. M4, tap drills, M4, tap drill at the next position. I'm going to do this as a kind of janky thing. Make all of it construction. I don't want to make it coincident with the midpoint. I want to give it a midpoint constraint. That's a super pointless distinction, but it's one that I care a lot about. Okay, so we are now... Why is that calling itself D1? Do I have like a different callout format on this one for some reason? I do! What the fuck? I don't understand. This part must have been made with a different template. I don't know, it was made a while ago, so I guess that's possible. Whatever. That's wrong. Oops. This is, it says it's 8.6 from the end. There's no way any of these are gonna be right. Yeah, that just did up to next. I went through all. Through all. Whoop. Yep. Okay. Is that really that close to the end? Yes, it is. Weird. Hey, cool. Centered even. So now, make assembly. 1 milligram/seconds, like any reasonable person would. And I think I will start with the T-slot. And I do not understand why it defaults to fixing things in place. And this is my own bad practice from earlier. I expected them to be used lengthwise most of the time, so that yielded some silliness. We selected, oh, coincident. Do not align axes. Looks good to me. So now we're going to doesn't really matter which hole you pick, but I like to pick the one closest. Whoops. I also like to pick the correct hole. Concentric, but do not lock. What? 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 Oh, I misread the drawing. One sec. Do. There we go. Mate, concentric. Like a glove. A really poorly designed glove. Looks about right. That should all be fixed now. Fixed, not floating in space. X-axis bracket. Oh, I want the right one. And mismeasure, not mate. Good at this. We already got Z fighting. That's wrong. That's abjectly wrong. Do I care enough to yes, I do. I do care enough to fix it. Don't know why I would ever consider the possibility that I don't care enough to fix it. Okay, so now I made the origins of these guys centered on their respective pillars. And they are not the right distance apart. So, over here, this can come down to 8 millimeters. So I'm not a heathen who designs things with off-round numbers. fix this number now. What? What did I do wrong? Oh. I made the numbers round. Made that friendly and nice and not bad. Okay. $360mm apart in my master model. The cores, 360mm apart. So this is going to be the X-axis assembly. I think the next thing to do here is start adding the spacers. And this is the wrong assembly. Turn the music up a little bit. It's good. Saving this terrible godforsaken assembly as it should. Key rollover, working very well. There we go, finally. Oh, not well enough to solve that F key, or F key. Okay, so, have our assembly now. Let's go take a peep. So under here, these guys, 7.85 long. So 8.35. Oh wait, was that 8.35? That is 8.35. Okay. So we got our little space offy bit. That's the same OD too. 7.2. 8. Not really. Not a big deal. I think I have these wrong. Like they're all supposed to be offset on one side and all supposed to be static on the other, and that way you can kind of compensate and clamp everything down correctly. But it don't matter. Just thinking, do I have to worry about the spacer depthing here? I think the answer is no. But I'm gonna find out when I assemble it and it doesn't fit. Okay, so let's make a sketch. Let's not. Let's just copy with mates. It's gonna be way easier. So I got a roller spacer. I wanted to insert more components, dang it. Ugh. I don't have the Rona, promise. flip that around. Oops. Control V. No, oh, because we're still in mate mode. There we go. What? That's way off. And I'm hitting M to mate again, which isn't how this works. This guy up here. Yeah, sick. Okay, so these outer ones are all going to be the same. Populate mates. Select components. Yeah, okay, so we're going to be coincident with that. Oh, did I lock all of those? Lock rotation. Yeah, nothing loose. The way it should be. I mean, ostensibly they should be allowed to roll, but I'm not really so worried about that. That's all three of them. So we're going to repeat that guy. We're going to come down to this one. We don't want to repeat it because maybe these blades are different thicknesses at some point in the future, and so it suddenly matters. There are reasons to choose a pattern feature over this. Certainly if you wanted to, or if you had better control over where these points were going to be in the future and you knew that you might have to change where they were going to be, a pattern feature would be better here, but as it is, just... Oh, actually I want to copy with mates one more time. Do I want to put a spacer there? Set the spacers on. Oh, the reason you would want to use copy with mates over pattern features is if you don't think you're going to be changing around how many there are, and you're okay with them not being driven by the pattern. Because otherwise, being able to pattern things is fantastically powerful, especially if you can do geometry patterns, because that saves you a lot of rebuild time. So we're just going to copy these two guys here. And what if, let's see, I don't want these two, but I do want to repeat that coincident. I want to bring this, oh, whoops. I want this concentric, not that concentric. Nice. Okay. Let's insert some eccentric spacers. Make them as one does. I'm not going to lock rotation on this guy just because I expect him to have to move around a little bit. Right. Whoops. I'm still in the Mate Property Manager. So now, this guy is where things get funky, because I want him to be able to... I'll finish fixing in place reasonably, and then I'll show what I mean. This guy has to be able to move this inner bore around so that you can control how tightly the wheel that will sit here in just a sec. It's these two. Want to be concentric with this ID. Want to be on coincident with that face. Don't need a copy with mates. No, thank you. Can validate that these are the same distance. They are. But now I can choose where this wheel goes and how much it presses against the rail, which is great. It's exactly what we want. I've just had a thought. I don't want my left-right position to be aligned based on that. I want my left-right position to be defined as the right plane. I should... There's some spacers. I want it to be defined as symmetric between those two right planes, because then it guarantees... Whoops. That's your wrong symmetric there, but it guarantees that it's that the center matches with my main assembly, which doesn't matter a whole bunch if like you're willing to do a little more silliness with how you're mating parts, but it does matter a lot when you have a really big assembly and you want to mate things without having to have lots of branching mates that define where things are that have to, so you got like sequence solve orders of mates. Solidworks is single-threaded and solves mates in a single thread, I think. But if you can make it less complicated by forcing it to figure out move orders and just like randomly slide parts together before it can start building things into a solid piece and do them by the origin, by planes instead, it makes it a lot better and a lot less terrible. Which you would think would be redundant, but sometimes terrible things can be made better by being more terrible. So let's pop in our Z bracket. Yeah, that looks good. Disappeared into the void. It's very rude of it to do that. Oh, it's fixed. There's also reasons not to have your concentric mates stacked up like this if it matters a lot that like you have one part in control. In fact, what I'm doing by stacking those concentric mates is causing the problem I just mentioned, but concentric mates happen to be fairly easy to solve because you have a circular surface. Line them up. There's no ambiguity about that. There is ambiguity with some other kinds of mates. And we've got we're missing our coincident mate here. Nice. I think, oh, why are those ones? Ah. Just unlocked, lock all concentric rotations. Rebuild. Lock concentric rotations. Why is it not locking? Why no lock? Oh, it is locked. Oh, that's the one that I don't want locked. Unlock. It can be locked compared to the other ones, but that one should be free to spin the thing. And ideally this one would be too, but maybe that's how I'll do that. Maybe I'll delete that concentric relation and replace it with this guy. Yeah, sick. I got two adjustable wheelie dealies. It's my favorite kind of wheelie dealie is the adjustable kind. Yeah, sick. So now, go over to the top level. And the Y carriage has its own assembly, so we can drop in the X-axis assembly now. Now, I don't remember where I put my origin. Yeah, okay, it's center of the frame. But, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to have the right plane line up with assembly right. Oops. We're going to mate. Oops. Why won't you let me move that part easily? That's really bizarre. Doesn't want me moving that part. build it, save it. Just not happy with it. Oh, maybe those loose. Let's see. I'm gonna lock this rotation. I'm just gonna lock all rotation. It's possible that because I have... No, just doesn't like me. Okay. Weird, but not surprising. Never surprising. I'm gonna go back here. I'm going to redefine the front plane, rather, whoops, the front plane as it's mated. Whoops, why can't I delete this? Oh, I'm gonna sketch for some reason. That was weird. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to make it a symmetric mate between these two faces. Between the insides of this part, so that way I can know that I can use that later if I want to. Not super important, but kind of nice if it ever, like, happens. And then I have a convenient reference if I ever need to measure from the center line of the part, or from the center line of the assembly to anywhere out here on the assembly if I'm working in just this sub-assembly without looking at the main top level. Which maybe someday it'll get so heavy that it's hard to work on. That's unlikely, but it's possible. So we'll go front plane here. Nope, don't insert. Mate. I don't remember if widths are hard to solve, but I think I'm going to use one anyway. Width, selections, insides of our two plates. Whoa. Wow. Cool. So now, this guy's been floating free for a while. I can kind of constrain everything back up. And then I can watch these be like slightly off axis. Would not surprise me at all. Oh my god, they're in the plane. Oh my god. That doesn't happen. That almost never happens. I can't believe that works. Concentric. Yeah. Yeah. All right. See, this is the sort of thing that you like never expect to get to this point with a project, even if it's like you never expect to get to this point, or at least I don't, because I tend to just kind of abandon projects a lot. But oh, that feels so good. Oh man. Oh my goodness. This is actually possible. Oh, it just feels really good. Turn on assembly biz for a sec. See if I can't make that look pretty. Grouped. Flat nested. Okay. So we got the whole x-axis assembly is what's new. think I'd rather have the x-axis be the one that's... Oh, yeah, new colors. Oh, there we go. Pink. Or cyan, rather. Yes. That looks sweet. Oh, I can't get over how sweet that looks. Oh. Heads up, we've detected copyrighted audio in your stream. Again. It was just playing snoring. Although I will turn the audio down a little bit. Trying to figure out where exactly it defines the... Oh, it's near the bottom. Yeah, it's like near the bottom of its list entry. That's kind of weird. Okay, so let's make that pink slightly hotter and pinker. Slightly hotter and Pinkerton. Yeah, I'm gonna capture this. I'm gonna go post it on Facebook. That's what I'm gonna do with the rest of my night, I think. Because I have done everything I wanted to do. I wanted to design this x-axis assembly. And even though I don't have this plate back here, I'm going to go do that right now. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see, this will be the... What was the naming scheme for the other one? I'll bring this out so it fills the space behind my head. We've got the z-axis, or the z-axis E bracket left. So this will be the z-axis bracket right. File, save as, copy and open. This will be the z-axis bracket right. Keep the original document open. M4 clearance holes, throw a fit. I don't think I need them anymore. So now what I need is, I'm just gonna put kind of a random point in here, because I will need a point there eventually, because I need a pass through to get to the hole on the other side. What I want to do instead is come over here, and say, hey, wait, what are you coincident with? Or rather, how far are you from these puppies? These big old dogs. 2 mils. That's fine. Horizontal. Actually. Two mils there. And then I can forget how to exit Solidworks or hide a sketch. It occurs to me that, whoops, I goofed. Where'd I goof? I goofed something. What's in rollback state? Oh, this guy is. Okay. We don't need to tweak that brick anymore. We don't need to tweak the spacers anymore. We don't need to add more of them into assemblies. We certainly don't need to consider or consult the original CR10 document anymore. And that's going to take a little while for it to finish thinking. Hey, it detected copyrighted audio in my stream again. That's exciting. Somebody else is listening to Via Luna, even if it's just a robot. Somebody else is watching my stream, even if it's just a robot. I still need this assembly right, because I'm adding something to this assembly. But what I was going to go show, once I turn off assembly visualization so you can see things. There we go. So this hole right here is centered, right, it should be 20 mils, yeah, 20 mils away from this. But these motors are like 1 millimeter off to the side. And I think in the model, I do have to go model kit. Oh goodness. Where is it? Reference frame testing. That's right, it's still in isolation, which means I'm gonna go. Be able to just reverse engineer the whole thing and publish online for free. Not with this version, of course. I can't do that. It's educational. I can't give anyone any of the files, but. Okay, so. They centered it on this one. That's weird. Why'd they do that? On my printer, they are decidedly inboard. On both sides, I'm feeling for a ledge. And I can feel that they're definitely inboard. On both of them, they're both inboard. Not really centered. Because there's T-brackets on the outside here that would... I think the T-bracket gets a little bit longer. Does it? Can't freaking tell. Yeah, I can't tell. Which means this actually has to be a millimeter inboard on my component from my machine. Not like it really matters, but maybe it'll be important for realizing, okay, this is where my spacing is, and that sort of thing. Where's my top level? Top level. Get this guy, and this part up. Edit this sketch. There is a coincident with that guy. I need him to... Oh, that's bollocks. 17.5. 17.5, you shall stay. I'd better make sure that that's actually the right distance, because there's a considerable chance that it isn't. But a millimeter inboard is where that should be. Creality should hire me. That's what they should do. Their part's less terrible. Hang on, I'm gonna go give these parts a... Through boss. I don't know how big around they are. Actually, I have calipers, so I can just check. Okay, 5mm shaft. I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say it's 15mm long. That was close enough to write. It doesn't have to be super accurate. There we go. That is now centered. Before, it would have been off-center. You would have been able to see it. So now we're back at the Z-axis bracket right. Where's the sheet metal? Sheet metal parameters. It's cool. That face, I think. We're gonna make this radius 3 mils. Tab, or base flange rather. So I have to figure out how wide I want to make this, but I do know that I want the center to be 1mm inboard, which is sensible because it matches random messages. So we'll come over here and ask, how far away is this from this center line? 12mm. So then I can make this 24 and have the same clearance. What are you complaining about? Oh, height, right. And we know that we want this upper surface, which is the surface that I'm using as the reference over here, so it's the surface I'll use as a reference over there. It'd be 46.6 mils. Or no, that's the center distance. 46.5 mils. Did I put that dimension in a sketch anywhere? Not really. Well, half of 71 plus 8, so 35.5 plus 8 is 43.5. Okay, that flange right? That flange don't look right. That flange wrong. That flange is wrong. Here we go. That's correct. That's how that should be. Got 2 more songs and then we get to the good album. Ooh, which reminds me, that would be the last album, so I'm going to add another album from Plural, I think. Which would be a little bit crazier, I think. I'm just gonna have to kind of wing it when I design the end length for that guy. It's not super critical. It's mostly just amusing. So, what did I say this one? 43.5? Seems right. Oh, hey. Let's go drag that. Let's get rid of that fillet feature and I'll put that at the end. That way I can make all those edges clean when I'm done. 43.5 from centerline. 43.5 from centerline. So now I do a flange. Let's go this way. Like that. Whoops. I can't put a dimension on that. Flange length, blind. Let's go outer sharp. Oh, I know what I can do. Exactly what I can do. I can make it so that it's centered on this guy, and it's a perfect rectangle up here. As soon as I manage to pick that midpoint. Which is 17.5, so I want 35. Boink. It says I'm editing part, but I'm not. I think I'm just going to define the sketch. I'm not sure if that's really best practice, but it will guarantee that everything is fully defined, which seems like better practice. So now we do extruded cut with the 3.5, I think. Set of the dimension. Okay, 3.4 and 515. So 3.4 and 10.3 if you want to do it only by diameters. Which you should, but I do not because I'm lazy. Oops. Very equal slots. Okay, that all looks kind of good enough. Let's make those equal. Then we could check. That's the minimum distance, not the center distance. Give me a center to center distance. Oh, 9 millimeters. Okay. Mils and 9 mils. This guy is the one that wants a radius. It will be 5.15. And these ones are also a radius and have to be 1.7. That doesn't look right. Oh, because this distance is wrong. It's like 1.4. I have to go check now. 1 mil. Okay. I think a mil is actually like a mil, or a 1 milli-inch, or like 1,000th of an inch, but I've never used it that way. Well, no, I have used it that way in a couple of contexts, but I always felt like it made more sense to use them to describe millimeters quickly. So I'm going to go to the center point of sort of the important one when I define relative to this guy. Then when I do extruded cut, boink, up the next, because we're only going through the one surface. Now we can do 2 millimeter fillets on the connected to start virtual loop, and we will get very clean filleting everywhere. A very clean part. So let's go x-axis. Pop in a... It's a good end of this album. It's a good album. So this is just the z-axis bracket right. Just concentric. Not, doesn't need to be locked yet. Probably better if it isn't locked, because then it's not over-constrained, but... Fully define every time. I don't know the song. Please don't make me sing it. This song always gets left out of playlists of discographies of Violina, but it's a real good single, which kind of makes me sad because it's good. Good things make me sad. Me and a shell nut. So I just made that bracket like an inch wide. I'm just gonna for funsies check what the real bracket width is. 17 millimeters. So I'm giving myself a lot more meat there than I need to. But that is helpful for making sure that I don't run into anything. Yeah, I think this isn't a good enough location to call this a night, and nobody has watched me the whole time. It's been, the concurrent viewers graph has been very flat, at exactly 1, which is just me with the stream reference and the chat window open. So we're gonna quickly pop together this assembly visualization and yeah, okay, that's just exactly within the confines of... Perfect. Nice. Maybe I'll make this the screen for the stream. I think that'd be kind of neat. It's like, here's the parts I'm modeling today, or that I modeled in the stream, and then highlight them afterwards. I'm probably going to end up redesigning this assembly too, because this should be over here, because I want as much of this space open as possible, so I can get to it while it's on my desk. And have this sort of be hanging out in space, because the desk will end right here. Like, this is the desk, and I want all the free stuff to be hanging out on the left side. But this looks pretty good. Pretty stoked. Yeah. Pretty pleased. I'm gonna let this song play out and then probably kill the stream. It's a good song. Just turn it up so it's just the song. They detected the copyrighted audio and blocked my stream. So I guess if you keep it quiet enough, they can't tell, but, let's see. I violated policy by being loud. By playing copyrighted audio loud.